Well, looky here. BYOB is doing something truly different today. We are going live in Kemp Camp and actually all over the place. Here we are celebrating Laura's book, A Home for the Stars. That is its 1 year birthday. So Laura and I are here.
Hey, right after school, like usual. Drug ourselves out.
Yes. Yes, but that's okay because it's party time.
It's party time at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, because when you're a teacher, when that bell rings, it's party time.
Party time at 3:30 in the afternoon. You had bed by 6.
That's right.
You're so tired.
So tired, especially right here at the end. We are dragging ass all the way to the finish line.
You better believe it. How many days left for you, Nola?
Friday's our last day.
Oh,
Friday.
We gotta go the next week.
Oh,
but no school on Monday.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, half day Thursday and Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days.
Okay.
3 days. And that's plus 2 at the end of this week. So 5. But who's counting?
Who's counting? I've got to move Luna out of the dorm this week over a couple of days. We've got our high school graduation that I have to go be at because, you know.
Oh, yeah, us too.
So I got to do that tomorrow night.
Forgot about
and then, yeah, well, it's crazy time. Crazy time.
Crazy time.
But we're not here to talk about crazy times in work. We're here to talk about A Home for the Stars because it is the 1 year book birthday for A Home for the Stars, the finale book, the final book in the Yellowwood series. And that's so awesome. Look at that beautiful cover. It's so pretty. And
thank you, Denise Burt. Beautiful cover for me. This was kind of a special book for me, not only because it's the last, but it was, my dad was really sick at the time that this was coming out. So, and he did pass away last year, but it was during that time that this was released. So it was exciting, but not exciting. So it's kind of fun at this point. And Dad knew about it, and he was happy that it was being released. But it's kind of fun now, a year later, to throw it maybe a little bit of a party. That even though I threw it a party last year, I wasn't necessarily in the party mood. So it's kind of fun to celebrate it now, 1 year later. So thanks for agreeing to chat with me. Usually we have a third person with us, but
of course we've got Deborah King joining us. Y'all, we are live, so go ahead and like Deborah. Put those comments and questions and just, y'all join the party. Yes, it's just us talking, but, that's because Laura and I are good friends, and this is just what we like to do anyway.
Can I tell them a little bit about what's going on at Kemp Camp today?
Please do.
Okay, so we're having a party on Kemp Camp. We have 5, if you count the doc porters, because there's 2 of them. 5 guest authors. Nola's one of them. So if you get on Kemp Camp and you find her post, she's giving away, is it a copy of House of Mirrors?
Signed copy of House of Mirrors and some book swag. Hi, Kathy.
Oh my gosh, yes. We both know about that.
We do. I mean, we've both lost our dads.
I know. It's one of our bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Each other. We can talk about our daddies to each other. We're both daddy's girls.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got a copy of House of Mirrors, and so many fun ghost stories that people are telling. And that
I know. I love a good ghost story. I'm so excited about their stories.
And so many people have them.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew so many people had encounters with ghosts?
Yes.
And then we have the Doc Porters, which are Jim Balone, I hope I'm saying that right, and Dave McVeigh, and they are based out of Michigan, and I met them up on Mackinac Island last year. So they have 2 books set on Mackinac Island, one about their time as Doc Porters, which are the guys on the bikes who take your bags back to the hotel in Mackinac. They have a whole association. It's a big thing up there. And then their second book is called Somewhere in Crime, which takes place during when the movie Somewhere in Time was being filmed on Mackinac, which was with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. It's the quintessential 1970s cult romantic classic. So their second book is set.
We did a live show when you were sitting on the front porch of that hotel, weren't you?
Grand Hotel, right where that was filmed. So they also have some posts up and some giveaways going on. We have Rob Sanborn, the author, good friend of mine. We're writing a screenplay together. He's giving away, I think, an audio book or an ebook copy of Prisoner of Paradise, which is a wonderful dual timeline story set in Venice. Ooh. And then Shanessa Glum. Gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing all these names right. I just and her, I think it's a sequel, not a sequel, but her second book, River of Crows, was released, I believe it was last month in April. So she's also offering up a signed copy of River of Crows. And please, please, please play my games. Please play my
Please play the games. They're fun.
I love games, and there's a Mad Lib game that you can enter and play, and then you'll win a signed copy of whichever of the 3 books you would like of mine. And then I have Who Said It. And
My
guys,
answers
even
were
if you
weird.
don't know the answers, it's okay. I'm a teacher, and I'm telling you, you can guess.
I guessed.
On your answers, and you usually guess what is, well, C. I don't have A, B, or C. I have 1, 2, or 3, but you can always guess 2. That's probably the better choice. And you will get a Happy Camper mug.
So cute. I love the Happy Camper mugs. They're
I'm going to choose a winner, whoever gets the closest, and you never know. So participate on that Mad Lib and that Who Said It, and then of course with all of our guest authors. I love to see all the fun participation going on today. That's what's going on, and it's going on all day, and it'll probably even carry over in tomorrow when we start picking our winners.
Yes. I always like to do that. When I do those things, I always like to pick the winner the next day so that those folks, my West Coast people have time to get on and do stuff. I mean, we're on the other side of the world, but
yeah, we do have people on the other side of the world. Sorry, I have kids popping and texting me at the same time. Usually I have to ignore them. But
I turned on Do Not Disturb because mine will go off. It's like craziness. So Kathy has read the Yellowwood series and loved it. Read the first one twice. First 2 twice. Read last one again. Love repeaters. Gotta love a repeat reader.
Thank you. That's a great compliment when people read the books again. Sometimes you miss things the first time.
Well, and she might probably do better than me on the Who Said It game.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, Kathy. You need to read a Nola book. Read a Nola book. They're fun too. We write similar and yet very different things, which I love about us. We have so much in common, and yet our books are still kind of they have a lot of magical realism and paranormal things kind of going on, and we write locally to kind of where we are or where we were, and
studying always.
Yeah, so we have some similarities in our style of reading, I think. And I mean, when I read Yellowwood, I read it long before it was published because we had the same publisher, and I read it in a day because I got hooked on it. I sat down on my back porch and it was like watching the sun just kind of go across the grass. It was like, no, I'm just reading.
I was like, oh, here's a person who's actually going to read this stuff. She's going to read it quickly because I'm a notoriously slow reader. But Nola is a very fast reader, which
I'm a fast reader in that when I sit down to read something and I really like it, especially, I have a hard time doing anything else. Like, I don't want to walk away from it. I'm really bad about sitting down and just saying, okay, everything else just go to hell for this amount of time till I read this book. And, it's not always the best way. Yeah, just to be honest. It's not always the best way.
It means it's been a good world. The person has created a world that you want to immerse yourself in. So, and I felt similarly about your books, especially your Crescent City Sin series, Crescent City Moon, Crescent City Sin, and then whenever.
That's because you have a crush on Louis. We know why you like me.
His curly hair that keeps falling into his face. So I'm looking forward to more of that curly hair. Anyway, we'll digress.
I know. Louis is so dreamy.
We can't talk too much about him.
Totally sidetrack about Louis. Well, do you want to? I know we have a game that we're going to play here in just a second, but do you want to read a little bit from?
I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to, but I do
love for you.
That I read about maybe a page, maybe a page and a half. Okay. Awesome. So this is the very beginning of A Home for the Stars. And at the end of Snow and Summer, our heroine Justine has been carried to a very strange place. I don't want to do any spoilers. It's so hard.
It's hard to do for a third book, for a sequel or a third. But I mean, it's once it's not the first book, you can get into some things people haven't read the first ones.
Yeah. So I think I had one person. This book is now on traveling tour. It's going across the country. I believe I put a post up later in the day with an update, but it's in your neck of the woods, Nola. It's in Georgia and Louisiana.
Nice.
Right now represented. And but I think one previous reader did not realize there were 2 books before this.
Oh.
And just read this one.
Well,
and she was a little confused.
Maybe so.
Which I was like, yeah, there's 2 other books. That's probably why you were a little confused. But then she was very anxious to read the first 2. So I guess my evil plan worked, right? So now she, but this is the third. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you read it alone, but of course you can if you would like to. So I will go ahead and maybe read the first page.
Yeah.
Okay. I was falling, the cold numbing my bones in a way that made me feel like I'd been caught in a storm blowing in from the big lake. I reached out, expecting to touch the soft sheets on the bed that I shared with Dylan, and felt something scratch my fingertips. I pulled my hand back quickly. Dad, I whispered, wondering if he would come to me. Silence, punctured by the sharp needle of a male voice. Adam, where are you? My mind fluttered to the image of my brother crumbling beneath the butt of Henry Ounce's shotgun. I felt the heavy press of despair, the darkness holding me tight when I needed space. I thought of Dylan, wanting to feel the curl of his body against me, wondering where he was and why he had left me alone in this strange place when a soft voice joined the first. She'll be all right, Ma. And a third voice, higher and with a hint of annoyance. Will she then? And who will feed her? I'd like to know. I shifted on what I thought might be a bed, felt a sharp pain in my side, and remembered the moment the buckshot had splayed across my hip like droplets of scalding water. The sounds rose again, the male voices clear as a hand slid across the bare flesh of my stomach. I started, reached down to stop their progress, but something told me to wait, that the hands were there to help. I tried to open my eyes, but found myself standing on the snowy moss instead. Troy was there, watching as he had under the deck lights at the Pink Pony. Where am I asked, my voice hollow in my ears. We're trying to find you, he answered, and I knew he was telling the truth, knew that he would never stop trying. Where's Adam? He's okay, he said. We're taking care of him. I looked to my feet, to the place where my brother had fallen, and said nothing. Dylan, his name caught in my throat. He's gone after you. Gone after me, I asked, hearing the strange voices again, the hands moving just above my hip. Where am I? Don't you remember, he asked, and I looked into his eyes, the same eyes I felt could see through me, and remembered our time in the clearing on Mackinac Island. The air had been heavy, the breeze languid. I remembered driving in Dylan's truck to a place where the snow fell in summer, remembered standing on the Whisper Stone as a great wind carried me away. But where had it taken me? Where had it taken?
I love it. I know where it took her.
I think that's the place to stop. I think that my kids are home too, so you might see people just randomly coming down the steps. I think my dog came down.
Yeah.
So
sometimes
I put my screen up, but we're letting everything hang loose today. So you see behind the screen today.
Dudley's over here. Who knows? Usually I put him up because he'll start whining and crying. So we'll see.
But as I was reading that, I had to be reminded that I do have a couple specials going on right now. I have a free Kindle deal going on right now. So you can get the Kindle version of Evening in the Yellowwood, the first book, for free. And the audiobook for Evening in the Yellowwood just came out too. So if you don't want to sit down with the physical book in your hand, you'd rather just do it, listen to it as you're going about your business. There's also an audiobook. So I hope
audiobooks are fun.
Jump in on that.
I don't like it when people say an audiobook's not a real book. Yes, it is. It's still my words.
Where's Terry?
There's Terry.
I was going to message you to tell you to come on today. And look, you figured it out all by yourself.
Figured it out. There he is. Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. Oh, look, there's Deborah. Deborah says that sounds good. Yes, it does. Free stuff. Free stuff, audiobooks, all kinds of things. I've got an audiobook out too. So if y'all want to check out Traveler on audiobook, Traveler is out. Yeah. And our friend Mike Eberhardt did Traveler, so that was fun. And I got to talk to Mike, go over my Facebook page and check out, or actually I think it's in the videos on Camp too, where you can see that conversation that I had with Mike about recording Traveler, which is an interesting thing to have both sides of the writing and the recording. It was an interesting conversation about how those two worlds kind of meet, especially when they don't really have anything to do with one another at the time that it's being recorded. Mike and I had I don't know, we talked for 20, 30 minutes about characters and made sure some, names and things. But, then it was like, I didn't, we didn't hear anything about it again until it was done. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Wow.
It was kind of neat.
That means that was a pretty good and smooth experience. So
it was. Well, it's Mike. It's Mike. Everything's awesome. Traveler is not a standalone book. The sequel to Traveler is actually coming out in November. So that is some book news that we've got going out there. Traveler will be a 3-book series as well. So Traveler on its own is out in both paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And then Watcher comes out in November. So be looking for Watcher.
Ooh, maybe we'll have another party.
Yeah.
Well, any excuse to party.
Any excuse for a party. Let's have a party.
School again. We need a summer release, don't we, where we can stay up a little later.
Yes, we do. We may have to do a party for House of Mirrors in September. It came out in September. Maybe we'll party for House of Mirrors and do a birthday. I don't know that I've ever done a birthday party for any of my books, so maybe we should just start doing that. Make that a tradition.
Yeah, what's House of Mirrors' birthday?
September 6th.
Okay. See, that's close to my birthday. I'm September 3rd.
See, there we go.
So we could have a joint birthday girl party.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a fabulous idea.
We'll
do that, and that'll be the party because my birthday, the day that my birthday is, it just sucks. It's the terriblest. So
it's the winter, isn't it?
It is January 2nd is my birthday.
So yeah, it's right after all
so bad.
So you're kind of coming down from the hoopla, and you're kind of going back up.
And then you have I always felt like, even though my parents told me I didn't get gypped with my birthday being literally a week after Christmas, kind of felt like it was like they would. I love my parents dearly, but they would also wrap my birthday presents and put them wrapped in birthday wrap, but put them under the tree. Why are they there? It was always like
open up your birthday presents on Christmas then?
No, the tree just stayed there until after New Year's, and my birthday presents underneath them. But then as I got older,
maybe you want your presents not associated with Christmas.
Oh yeah, I was like, can you just keep them in the closet or wherever you hide them? Just put them there. It's fine. But then January 2nd is the absolute worst because not only is it a week after Christmas, it's just after New Year's.
Yeah.
And so as an adult, as you get a little older, as a kid, it was I put my presents under the tree. And then as a kid, it was nobody was ever around. That's the day that everyone was driving back from seeing family for the holidays or whatever. And then the next day, school, so nobody could do a sleepover, parties, things like that. And then as an adult, the day after New Year's is the day that people still think they're going to keep their New Year's resolutions of dieting, not spending money. They're worried about the next credit card bill. Nobody wants to party. Nobody wants to buy stuff. Nobody wants to eat the cake and drink the booze. So it's
You did get the gypped.
It's so bad. So we'll have a party in September.
Now I'm depressed.
We're going to have a party in September and it'll be way better.
It'll be way better. And maybe we'll...
See, January 15th, born in a snowstorm. My first birthday, no one could come because Louisiana, South Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana had a freak ice storm on my birthday when I turned 1. It was my mom, my dad, and one aunt who managed to brave it and got there. So there's these pretty sad pictures.
The winter witch came down, and
it was so
the witch
funny.
of November is what we call it in Michigan because the storms are terrible in November.
We just don't have that kind of stuff, and it's in Louisiana, people are like, "What do we do? Things are frozen," and it's nobody moved, which was smart because nobody knows what to do in that kind of weather. But at the same time, it was a pretty sad birthday. So we're gonna party in September for House of Mirrors and your birthday, and that's what we'll do.
Sounds good.
It's party for your birthday
in Killer Nashville this year, guys.
Yes.
Anyone going down to Killer Nashville, Nola and I are going to be kind of the Ryan and the Seacrest. We don't know who of Killer Nashville.
We're going to be doing interviews and doing some videos and some promo stuff, kind of putting some things together for Killer Nashville for them to use as they promote the following year's, the next coming year's events. But we will also be there. We're going to do some BYOB recordings for some future episodes while we interview the authors during the cocktail hour. So one of the fun things about Killer Nashville is that cocktail hour. And since we are BYOB, go grab your cocktail, and then authors who are attending, come on and join us. Bring a drink. Maybe bring us a drink because we'll be in a room. Just bring us a drink, and we will all have a drink, and we'll chat. So if you're coming down to Killer Nashville, make sure that you check that out and get on that list to get your interviews with me and Laura, because it's gonna be fun.
Yes, I'm so excited. And just to be
I'll
able
post things all around Franklin too, because I know Franklin is our jam.
It's our jam.
It is our jam.
But then you have to come to Michigan and find your jam up here.
Oh yes. I don't where
Your jam would probably be a place like Saugatuck or South Haven, very artsy on the lake.
Ooh,
fun kind of nightlife. Saugatuck, I think you'd really like. That's where Wade Rouse and Gary live. So maybe when you come up here, we'll have to take you there.
Absolutely. They're fun people too.
They
and Gary are a lot of fun. We have fun friends. We have fun author friends. I love our author friends.
We do.
Love them. Do you want to play a game?
We're going to play our game. Yeah.
We're going to play a game. So we are going to play Fast Five. And in Fast Five, this is where Laura and I are going to take turns asking each other questions. And so we each have 5 questions that we're going to ask the other one. And we have 45 seconds to answer it. Like, that's it. Like, you got to know your answer. You can't sit here and hem and haw about
it.
Seems
like a long time, but it's really not.
No, it's
I don't know. We'll see.
It's fast. We'll see. We will see. All right. Who wants to start?
Who wants to go first? Ryan or Seacrest? I'll let you go first. Do you want to keep time for me?
Seacrest. Yes. Laura wanted to be Seacrest. So I guess I will be Ryan. We've talked about this. We talked about this before another show for our Monday show. We were like, we're gonna be like Ryan Seacrest. Ryan and Seacrest. She said, I want to be Seacrest. Okay.
I just grabbed it. I took it.
You just take it. It's fine.
Takes what I want.
Yes, you do. That's how you get things. I'm learning. This is how we get things. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For your first question.
Okay.
Your first question. Who is your celebrity crush and why?
This is so easy. Okay, Fast Five. Paul Walker. He's gone, I know, but he's like he's just a beautiful man. Plus, he was really into like saving like the environment. I just kind of liked him as a person. He was really into the weird like environmental studies stuff that I liked too. That's my not living celebrity crush, but I have a living one too.
Okay.
My living celebrity crush is Henry Cavill. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Cavill. Yeah.
Because he's also so cool. He's kind of nerdy like me, and he's like has an environmental trust that he finds, and he's cheeky and he's British, and he was wonderful in the Tudors, and he's just stinking beautiful. So Henry Cavill living.
Stop. That was
Paul Walker. This is. We even had a little like. How did you set that little alarm thing on it?
It's on my phone. I did the timer.
I have timer. Okay, I'm gonna do.
I just did timer. I did timer because that's the teacher thing in me. The kids have to have the audio cue to know to stop. My voice doesn't work. The marimba is how my kids know the time is up.
I'm gonna set that timer because that's easier than me to go and stop.
Mm-hmm. The marimba timer. It's always the marimba.
Okay, so 0 minutes.
Cool iPhone.
0 hours, but 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for your first question? Fast Five.
I'm ready. Okay.
What is your favorite place in New Orleans and why?
Ooh, my favorite place in New Orleans. My favorite place in New Orleans is the Lafayette Cemetery. And it has been closed for renovations. So I have not been able to go the last few times that I've been there. It's been closed for several years, actually. But I absolutely love the Lafayette Cemetery because unlike the St. Louis Cemetery, which is right on the backside of the French Quarter, it is quiet and it's not as touristy. You don't have the tours going through and things like that. And you can actually really take your time and walk around. I love photographing the monuments in the cemetery. And it's peaceful and I really like it. And I did actually get to tell some people a little about one of the tombs. They were kind of standing there looking at one of them going, why does it have a shelf in it? What's happening here? And I actually got to explain it to them, which was fun.
Oh, you did good. Now, pause.
You have to like flick it at the top, make it go away. There you go.
She's my techie person. She's the techie.
Flick it.
All right, pick it.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For your second question. Your second Fast Five question is, what is your worst phobia? Go.
Oh my gosh, I asked you the same question. It's one of your questions. Okay, my worst
we'll do
phobia.
It. That's fine.
So many. I hate heights, terrified of heights. And unfortunately, my family, I think, were born mountain goats. So whenever we go like to Colorado and these places, they're always climbing up on things. And I'm always afraid that I can't ever follow them. I have to just be the dork sitting and waiting. Cause like we went to Yellowstone and they like decided they saw a trail. It really wasn't kind of a trail, just by the sheer cliff. And I just sat there and waited. So,
Yeah.
and that's fine. They don't want me at those places where they go because I will, I'll just fall because
that's not good.
I'll just sit there. I'll just go, ugh. I just get it over with, because I know I'm going to fall anyway. Heights. Okay.
All right. There's your timer. Nice job. Good job.
All right. So, what is your biggest fear or phobia?
Okay. This is going to seem really weird based on the things that I actually write, but my biggest phobia is funerals and dead bodies.
Oh.
Like I write about dead people all the time. I write about all kinds of things that you would think that I would be fine with this sort of thing, but no. I have a really hard time. Like if I go to a funeral, I'm going to sit way in the back. I am not going to walk up to the front to the casket. Like I can't. My feet won't move there. Like I'm so sorry. At both of my grandparents' funerals, I had something I was going to put in the casket for them, and I had to send my aunt to do that both times because I could not do that. But I kind of felt kind of nice that at my grandfather's funeral, the picture that they had of him, it was actually my photograph behind him in the frame. So I kind of felt like I was actually up there with him anyway, even though I couldn't make my feet move.
I do have that same fear. I'm not a real lover of dead bodies.
Mm-mm. But I write about them all the time.
Good. That's good, I guess. Okay.
All right. Are you ready for your next one?
Asked.
All right. What is your favorite show to binge watch? Go.
Oh gosh. Well, we talked about Henry Cavill, right? So I binge watched The Tudors because I love history and I'm fascinated with Henry VIII and his 6 wives, and Henry Cavill's in it. So that, and I love Bridgerton. I watched that with Megan, my stepdaughter, and I really love Breaking Bad. That was probably one of my favorites that I watched with my husband. Ozark is a really good one. Yeah, so I guess The Tudors, Ozark, Breaking Bad, and Bridgerton.
Good choices.
Yeah, those are my
Very
choices.
Good choices. Very good choices.
I might even be under time.
You are under time by like 8 seconds. There we go.
Ooh,
nice job.
There's something else to throw out there. Okay. What is your favorite Southern dish to pack?
Oh, my favorite Southern dish. My favorite Southern dish. Covered dish. My favorite covered dish. Now, I would say boiled crawfish because, of course, I'm from South Louisiana and we're going to love boiled crawfish. But I know that's a Louisiana thing. It's not really a Southern dish, a Southern food thing. I'm going to have to say chicken poppy seed casserole. I love me some chicken poppy seed casserole. I love to make chicken poppy seed casserole. It is delicious. It is wonderful. It's so easy to make. I mean, you can get it at lots of the places, in the South. Everybody's got their grandma's chicken poppy seed casserole recipe, and honestly, they're almost identical anywhere you go. So it's a good safe bet too. And of course, give me some chicken fried steak and some white gravy, but that'll stop your heart. So you gotta go easy on that stuff.
See, I've never heard of the chicken poppy seed casserole. So but good. I love chicken and I love poppy seed dressing.
It is creamy. It's basically shredded chicken, cream of chicken soup, sour cream, and poppy seeds. You mix all of that up. You put it in a casserole dish with some melted butter, and then you put Ritz crackers on the top and brown it up so it's got a little crispy top, and you serve the whole thing over rice.
So that's delicious. What I'm going to make for my family. Can you send me the recipe? Or is it a secret?
Easy. No, it's so easy.
Okay, we're making
so
it.
Easy. Yes, absolutely.
Making it.
It's so good. You will not regret that one bit. It's delicious.
No, I won't regret any of it. I can tell by what you just rattled off.
There's no bad ingredients in that. No bad ingredients in chicken poppy seed casserole. So good. So good.
Do they serve that at any restaurants in Franklin? Like, could we go to a restaurant and get
There used to be a restaurant that had it in downtown Franklin, and they closed a long time ago when I first moved here. That was actually the very first time I really, because it's not a South Louisiana thing. That's more of a Southern thing. And that was when I moved here, is actually when I discovered chicken poppy seed casserole, because I really did not know about it. And now I've found it in other places, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. They'll have it too, but it's not a Louisiana thing. And so it was new to me here. But there are places you can get it, but I can also make it.
So, I'll be expecting it when I come down.
We'll have maybe that's the Wednesday. You're gonna come Wednesday night before Killer Nashville starts Thursday. So maybe we'll have a little bit of Southern food there. I'll have that waiting for you when you come in.
Oh, sounds good.
It'll be delicious. So good. All right. Speaking of food, that's my next question. Is a food question for you too. Okay. My question for you. That's so weird. We're like on the same wavelength. So strange. Okay, so question number 4 for you is, what is your death row meal? So your last meal. Oh, death row meal. What would it be? All right, go.
Oh, well, I'd be freaked out because I was on death row, but I love food. I might have this just came to my mind, a big stack of blueberry pancakes. I love me blueberry pancakes, maybe some bacon, because who cares anymore? Right. If my cholesterol is high, I'm going to die. Yeah, blueberry pancakes, maybe some whipped cream on the top, some syrup, some butter, and some bacon.
Sounds like I need to take maybe a Cracker Barrel.
A little bit of corned beef hash. I love corned beef hash. Really good corned beef hash. There we go.
Barrel. Wow. Catered. Laura's death row meal catered by Cracker Barrel.
Okay, I did. It's just a Cracker Barrel.
Brought to you by Cracker Barrel.
Okay. Ready for your number 4?
Yes.
Or 3 or whatever. What is your dream date?
My dream date. My dream date, I think, would have to be starting off. I think antiquing would be fun, but not just any antiquing, an antique scavenger hunt. So you have certain things that we have to find. So it's like so you're not just going and wandering around and going, look at all the old stuff. You're looking for certain things. And so if somebody could come up with a antique scavenger hunt for me, and then, maybe some drinks to celebrate something fun that we found. You can each buy one thing, but you're doing a scavenger hunt for like 10, but you can only buy one. And so you have to choose the one thing, and then, over drinks after dinner or whatever, then you're talking about why you chose that one thing.
Take note, gentlemen.
Yes. Nola Nash is a single woman.
Nola Nash.
And now you know what to do.
And she wants it now.
Antique shop. And then Franklin, we've got some great antique shops, so it could be a lot of fun, because then you could go to different ones. You wouldn't necessarily find it all in one place, and so you're kind of getting to wander downtown Franklin, and it gives you a reason to talk. You have things that you're talking about, not just those awkward, stupid first date questions that just are so stilted.
Or you could have some fast 5 questions for your date too.
There you go.
Speed
dating.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, there's Nancy. Nope. Somebody take it. I might have to do that, Nancy. I might be taking Laura for breakfast.
Just nice. Don't execute me. That's my other big phobia. Somebody's going to execute me. Isn't that weird? Maybe it was my past life. I get so weirded out with like executions, which is ironic because I watch the shooters, which people are getting their heads whacked off left and right.
All kinds of things are happening.
Freaks me out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nancy. I was hoping she'd pop in today.
Nancy's so sweet. We love her.
She is.
Her fabulous author photos.
I will check out her books.
Absolutely. Is it? Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
My turn to ask you a question?
Okay. My last one. This is my 5 because I have one left for you.
Yeah. So this is your 5. Here we go. All right. Speaking of executions and death row meals, like, what are we doing? This is the jail or bail, the jail and bail question. So you wake up in jail. Who is with you in jail? And who do you call to bail you out? Go.
Well, you're with me naturally because we've gotten in trouble somewhere. Maybe Ryan Seacrest asked the question.
Probably my fault.
And The one cop in Franklin came and picked us up and put us in the back. And I think who would we call to bail us out? Maybe Terry Shepard. I think he might come down with some bail money and help us out. Yeah, maybe we call your mother since she's
right there.
Would probably help. Maybe Taylor Swift, because doesn't she live in Franklin?
She does. Kathy Lee Gifford. Taylor has a brownstone in Franklin, but Kathy Lee Gifford actually lives in hers. Taylor has one, but I don't think she actually ever lives in it.
She's never there.
Kathy Lee does. In fact, every now and then Kathy Lee will be at the bookstore in Franklin.
So we'll call Kathy Lee because
we'll call Kathy Lee Gifford, and she'll come.
Maybe your mother, if Kathy Lee doesn't answer, and then Terry can come from Florida and bring his checkbook, please, because bail's steep, or your moolah. Okay, that was a good one. Your last question. Okay. My thing keeps popping off, so I have to keep pulling it back up. What's the favorite character that you have ever written, and why? Who's your favorite character?
Selene, the bad guy in the Crescent City series. Selene has got to be. She is so vicious and mean and just badass at the same time. You hate her because she's awful, but that made her so much fun to write because she will just do what she wants, say what she wants. She mocks people. She was just getting inside the head of Selene to write that viciously terrible, just nasty, witchy woman was really fun to do. It really was.
Without being that person, right?
Exactly.
Well, cool.
That was fun.
Now
I hope you people learned some things about us, maybe things you didn't want to know.
I know about us, but now you do. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today and helping us celebrate the 1 year anniversary of A Home for the Stars. I hope you guys go out and give the
we don't invite Selene for pancakes. No, Selene didn't get any pancakes.
No, arsenic in them. I'm sure
she'd use them to kill you. I mean, she did try to kill Celeste with the communal wine.
Look, here's one of
Sacramento wine
kids that came down.
People.
Why don't you wave at us? Anna?
Hello, children.
Can you see me?
No, you gotta go behind mom.
Come here. It's okay. It's just us. We're having fun today. We are live.
Hey,
come on down here.
Who's on here?
I don't know. All my book people. This is Annalise. She just got back from track practice and she's off working at her coffee house. Fun. So we don't see Annalise a lot.
No. She's a busy girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Busy girl.
She's busy girl.
Pretty busy girl.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for stopping in and giving us some of your time, baby.
Yeah, I gotta go get ready for work.
Okay. It's my Annalise.
She's so pretty. She's so sweet.
She was prom princess this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
well deserved.
I was waiting. Did she get princess? And then she sent me a text. So yay! I was excited.
Oh, well. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. We've enjoyed talking and chatting and putting this on for you guys. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it as well. This has been so fun. I love it when we do these kind of like rando live things. We're just like, I don't know. What are we going to do? Let's play a game.
What we're going to do.
You don't know.
But we always seem to figure it out. We're not scripted if you haven't caught on to that yet.
Yeah, especially since we're like duplicating questions. We certainly did not share our Fast Five questions with each other beforehand. So yeah,
it was fun. But so continue to hang out on for the rest of the day. Check out Nola's posts and Rob's, the Doc Porters, and Shanessa, and play the games. The Camp Mug.
Camp Mug. You're happy Camp Camper. I love that. It is so cute.
You know you want it, and I'll continue to pop in throughout the day and interact and leave your questions and comments here too. You can watch us later.
Absolutely. Watch the replay and put those comments in there. We will come back to these. We both get notifications on these when comments come in. And so we will pop back and we will chat with you guys. So thank you so much for all of you out there who are joining us live. Those of you who tune in later, and make sure that you give a big old shout out to Laura and the birthday for A Home for the Stars. There we are. Birthday event. continuing throughout the day on Kemp Camp on Facebook. Go check it out, and we will see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.